Hi, this is Dr. Amrita and welcome to my show, the Health Well Bridge podcast. Today I'm going to discuss a little bit about why right-brainers will rule the world. Yes, you heard me right. Actually, this is a book, A Whole New Mind, Why Right-Brainers Will Rule the World by Daniel H.Pink. And I think this does have some very strong points to make you believe just that. But is it all true or is there more to this? Listen for the rest of my conclusions. When I talk about the need for education, I am really serious about education being quality controlled, sustainable and worth its value. It also needs to have a very big practical push. What you learn should help you pay your bills and live your life well. But I made a big mistake too. While growing up, studying hard and enjoying everything I did, I stopped drawing, doodling and painting. My creativity took a permanent backseat and was actually forgotten after class 6. My mom still ensured we continued our Robina Songit lessons. That's a big thing for Bengali girls. Till almost class 9, I was singing with my sister at home, but no real activity beyond that in the creative fields. Then financial stuff ensured we focused only on learning things with a good return on investment, that is, which would ensure us having financial independence when we grew up. Physics, chemistry, maths, history, geography, Bengali, English and biology, everything I read, research books from other boards and studied a lot, all with a focus to becoming a doctor. I also took mock tests, did everything the newspaper special exam editions mentioned and also Reader's Digest. But I totally forgot about drawing, dancing, singing and my big love for DIY stuff, except for whatever the school wanted us to do for extracurricular. The creative play had no space in my schedule. There really was no time. But Ma Saraswati took care and I still read a lot of fiction books, mostly mysteries and romances. Fast forward to a doctor's life, I almost forgot to read a book because I was busy. Having duties, studying, managing housework while living in a hostel was not really a very easy job. I really didn't know how to manage it all and still continued reading. But in Delhi, while working as a postgrad student, lack of time and lack of books made me very cranky. My friend Richa, she lent me books. That's when I remembered about my best friend, my storybooks. She also told me about all the places where I could find pre-loved books in Delhi. I didn't have a very big budget and pre-loved books were good. Coming back to Kolkata meant I was reading more because there was a Elur lending library which is no longer there, unfortunately. And I spent so many afternoons browsing the bookshelves there and getting more and more books. And my husband was very sure we were the reason behind the sustainability of that library. He was proved right because when I came back to Malda for my work, that library shut down. Then I discovered the Kindle app, bought my Kindle, got enrolled into the Kindle Unlimited and finally found blogs. That was in 2014 and my life changed forever. Most of the writers and creative people out there must have wanted to be a writer sometimes in their life. Me? No, never. I never had any plans to write for a living, otherwise creativity, anything, because writing was never in the agenda, not in my mother tongue, not in English, not in any other language. It was a very big shock for me too. I dreamt of being a doctor, became one. I absolutely love being a doctor. It's something which helps me live healthier and helps me help people too. But I actually fell in love with writing. You can fall in love with two different things, both science and arts. I discovered myself when I started, this writing thing. My sleeping right brain practically woke up jumping and laughing. I'm happy to share educational content digitally. My journey in spreading online health education is exciting and fascinating too. Then I read this book, A Whole New Mind, Why Right Brainers Will Rule the World. That's right brainers. You do know we have two sides of our cerebral hemisphere, the right and the left ones. Most people are supposed to use only one side of the cerebral hemisphere predominantly. But we can learn to use both sides equally well for a fuller life. I realized what happened when I started to write and how gardening helped me. While both our brains are supposed to be working, few actually use the mind to its full power. We keep this vital part of ourselves all locked up and use it in a need to learn basis. The more you learn new subjects, deeper your brain connections happen at multiple levels. This helps you fight age-related dementia of your brain power, and also it helps improve your cognition. Cognitive intelligence is real. The right brain is supposed to help in creative ideation, lateral thinking, design thinking, and writing. It's unlikely that at any given time only one part of your brain is working. But are you really using it for good and to its full capacity? So, will right brainers really rule the world? What will happen to the left brainers? Actually, the future belongs to a different kind of person with a different kind of mind. The polymath, the person who is a specialist and a generalist, a specialized generalist. Artists, inventors, storytellers, creative and holistic right brain thinkers, doctors, scientists who are writing, engineers who are drawing, cartoonists who are singing and then making architectural beauties by evening. So that kind of people who kind of make those lines between the different sciences and arts blurry, who go ahead and who doesn't think what is a science and what is art, but just does creative thinking and creative work. What works for me is it's science and storytelling in the right dose. In this book, it's also something I love researching with my own journey and seeing how my daughter enjoys learning all her STEM subjects. Plus, she learns a little bit of coding, does her own DIY, learns crocheting with me, loves doing a little bit of drawing, dancing, singing all the time while having fun. I'm determined to continue making learning fun, evidence-based and sustainable. I don't like the wool gathering when it comes to learning and education, but I know how difficult it is to learn when it's explained in a less than fun way. As my daughter says, "Mom, I'm not having fun with this sum." That's why she helps me when I blog or create content for children, because we really need to remember to have fun while learning. Otherwise, it just doesn't make sense, even in the long run, neither for us nor for our brains. Hope you like listening to the podcast Health Wealth Bridge with Dr. Amrita. Thank you. Bye for now. This podcast is brought to you by Health Wealth Bridge, and I'm Dr. Amrita, ENT surgeon based in Kolkata. Thank you so much for listening.